Hey, everybody. This is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher, coming to you early this Tuesday, cold morning from Houston, Texas. Yesterday, while I was doing my on Martin Luther King Day, I was surprisingly, um, I had three doctors appointments yesterday. Um, and so I was off from work. I was still busy, and I one of my with my OBGYN for my well woman exam. They were open half a day, so that was my first appointment, and then I went to my eye appointment because I'm diabetic, so I get a diabetic eye exam. That was for my primary care. Then my last appointment was my endocrinologist. Um, so overall, since last week, with my appointment with my nutritionist, I lost 3 more pounds for a total of, let's see, for a total of, let's see, when did I start? Lost about 50 pounds total within the last year. So, um, but the most of the weight I've actually lost it last summer when I started going to see my endocrinologist and my nutritionist. So I'm on the right track. He wants me to come back in 6 weeks. So met my nutritionist last week. So I said, I'm gonna get back on the right track for this year. But anyway, got home. Well, my BFF called me. She's like, "Hey, because it's cold down here. So I'm cooking chili." I'm like, oh, "Okay, cool." So come on over. I'm cooking chili, and um, uh, get there. Takes me a while because my doctors that I had, I'm from the south side. They were all on the south side. So I gotta go on the south side, and I live on the north side now. So I'm trying to fix my pillows and my bed. Oh, boy, you coming to bed? Even though I don't have to work this morning, I forgot to turn my alarm off this morning. And boy, needed to go walking. Boy, don't care about the cold, but he cared out a little bit. He didn't want to stay out there too long with me. So, um, come on, boy. Hey, you. Boys in the bed. Say hello to the peoples. So, I was over at my BFF house. We were having chili and stuff. So, she had her TV on, and like on the smart TVs, we're watching YouTube. So, um, I see this. You know how YouTube suggests you videos to watch, right? So all of a sudden, we both see these two, light skinned black girls on there, and they're like dressed like um Mennonites or Amish or something. I was like, okay, it's Amish or like the Mormons, right? The Mormon women when they were wearing them dresses and stuff. This looks very turn of like 1900s, something like that. So I was just like, okay, who it is? So we were like, but then we noticed like their bookcase and the microphones and like all of that is very, 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 very. Even the chairs they're sitting in, very, very modern, like right. And so I'm just like, okay. And so um, their podcast is called Gotta Be Podcast. So we go to the channel. So I was like, put on the channel. Let's see what the about is. So she's looking on the TV, the smart TV, and we see like a trailer for an intro video to their channel. Their channel has only been in existence since August 2023, right? So I'm looking and I go on my phone and I'm looking at their about page and it just says, "Oh, we're a Gotta Be podcast. We go over, Christian and educational issues, da 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 da." But I'm still trying to figure out, okay, are y'all like Hebrew Israelites? Are y'all Mormons? Are y'all Mennonites? Y'all Amish or whatever? Like what y'all is? Because then on the top of the right shelf, you see Black Girl Magic, and I'm just like, okay, what's going on? I'm confused. And really like their natural hairstyle. But then I also noticed like y'all are very moisturized. And I'm like, I see lip gloss on y'all mouths and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm confused. I'm confused. Like what kind I'm confused. And then I'm looking at the little bracelets and stuff y'all got on, and I'm just like, that's not meshing with what the uniform. And by the way, both of these girls are not sisters; they're cousins, but they have the same last name. So I'm thinking either their dad's black and their mom's white, because they do have another video where they have their mothers there with them. Their mothers are white. So I'm just like, okay, this must be like a multiracial community. But then the ladies say something that totally confused me and my BFF. They're like, hey, let us tell a little bit about yourself. Their very first video. Let's tell a little bit about yourself. I think the one on the left says she's from, did she say Chicago or Michigan? And the one on the right says she's from California. And that they are in Muncie, Indiana, volunteering with an organization called Real Black Excellence. You know me, I'm Googling, I'm all about the research. So I go and look up Real Black Excellence. This is their part of their mission statement. So I'm reading the mission statement and I'm like trying to figure out, what do these people believe in? And to me, I feel like, and they're like, oh, we are volunteering with the Real Black organization here in Muncie, Indiana, helping, the youth in the community. So I'm thinking like, oh, is this kind of like, you know, volunteering with, a nonprofit organization or whatever, like after at the high school or something. I'm trying to think like, what could this be, you know? And so I'm listening and reading the thing. It says, Real Black Ever shows forth the bright glories of people who, after going through the most refined depths of abuse and oppression, have been raised out of that to spread their love and contribution throughout the world. And then it starts talking about, oh, we are we believe that people are born into this world with a special gift, and that we should be all using our gift to help people in the world. And I'm just reading the mission statement and I'm just like, wait a minute, I still don't know what the heck y'all are involved with. And so I don't know if you can see over here on the right, that's a picture of people, black folks in, looks like slavery. And then there's a man there pointing, who's like standing in front of the picture. That is their what did he call himself? The cultural overseer or executive overseer of the Real Black Excellence organization. They are a nonprofit. You can donate to them. They do have several different things that they do in this organization, right? His name is Stephen Hargrove. So the girls are in there. They even show a book to my, here's a book by Stephen Hargroves. And I'm thinking like, okay, who is this dude? Like, how does he relate to what y'all doing? And so, because what they're saying, it sounds really good. But at the same time, you done highlighted this organization, and I'm looking on the organization's website. I'm looking at their mission. Their mission still is not telling me a whole lot. It's very vague. And I'm like, okay, y'all Christians, y'all Mormons, y'all non-denominational. Well, what are y'all? Then I see like, oh, y'all have a restoration ministry for the young men. Y'all have Y'all have a garden community where y'all, I guess, like, y'all grow your own fruits and vegetables and stuff. And then like there's like another organization that they have with it. And then I see RBE boot camp, and I see these same girls. It look like these same girls in this outfit, and they got mud and stuff. It's like a 3-day RBE boot camp, and I'm like, look at the boot camp, like, okay, is this supposed to help you become soldiers for Christ or soldiers for the organization? It's just giving me like my antenna is going up, like my cult radar is going up. But I'm Catholic, and people even say, "Hey, oh, we're a cult." At one time, I guess you could say we were, but then it became mainstream, and then it's more dominant. But anyway, people still say we were close. So I'm just like, okay, let me get some more information. So I'm looking up RBE. I'm looking up the founder. I'm looking up what they're trying to do. I'm still getting the vagueness. I'm still looking at their video, what they're saying. So I just put in RB, Real Black Excellence Organization, and I put in cult. Well, lo and behold, y'all, a Facebook page comes up called Cult Busters. Get Cult Busters, and lo and behold, the man named Steve Hargroves is the man on the right hand side. These three men are the leaders of a church organization called the Church of God Restoration. um the men or the leaders of this church are calling themselves apostles. Steve Hargroves is like one of the I guess the guy in the middle, I forget what his name is. I think his name is Ray something. And the guy on the right, he's that's Steve Hargroves, the one who wrote the book. The girls are highlighting, and they're part of this Church of God Restoration. And so the man on this cult busters right now, his name is Adam. He is a former member of Church of God Restoration, and he basically has said that Steve Hargroves, who the girls was showing their book about, that basically he is acting like a cult leader of the group, and that he has you basically used the pulpit to call out certain members. He done broke up marriages. And I started looking up the Church of God Restoration cult. So I'm listening to this guy named Adam. I joined the Cult Busters website because I'm doing a deep dive. I'm down the rabbit hole because I'm trying to figure out who these girls are. Why y'all putting this organization? What are y'all about, right? And so um, and by the way, when I went to the RBE website, our Real Black Excellent website, their titles for like the leaders, most of them were men. The man on the right was there, and the man on the left side was there. Um, but in the Church of God Restoration, there were black and white people there. Right, there were black and white people there. So on the RBE website, most of the people were black, and then there was like five. One guy was the executive overseer, the educational overseer, the cultural overseer. Then all of a sudden there was a cultural matriarch, an educational matriarch, and something else. So two of the matriarchs were black, and one lady was white. And then guess what? The lady that was white, she was the educational matriarch, and she was the secretary of the guy on the right, Stephen Hargroves. And I was just like, oh, this is. And she had on her little white, a little black outfit like the girls got on. So I'm just like, okay, I'm seeing, okay, we got some crossing over of some whatever, right? And so, by the way, on the RBE website, the Real Black Excellence website, you can like, they have his book. So, yeah. So, but then I noticed that a couple of the directors have the same last name as these two young ladies. And by the way, they're very educated. They sound good, they look good. It's just that what they was wearing was just really like, and I want to say they're like 20 years old. Like one of them, the one on the left, she wants to be a teacher. She's getting her associates, and like they're, to me, I feel like they're young. They're most likely their parents are in the organization. They're in the, so they're doing their part. I just feel like I'm still getting cult vibes from it, but this is a person who's looking out, who's on the outside looking at them, right? So, I think the man in the middle's name is Ray Tinman. That see her going to right, and I forgot what the name is. I want to say the guy on the left, and maybe one of those girls' dad. I could be wrong, but no, these three men are. They call their leaders the apostles, right? And then even my friend, she started saying like, "Hey, the apostles really were just the men who basically lived during the time of Christ, and the ones who, the 12 apostles. There's no real apostles now, but that's a whole nother discussion we can have another time. But I'm just saying. So I'm reading, I'm looking at what they're saying on the Cult Busters website. I'm listening to Adam, and everything he's saying, it sounds just like it does with, let's say, Nature Boy and Nicole. It sounds like what's up with the Mormons. It sounds like the same things with the Scientology. You have this leader, everyone follows what they say. It's almost like you're following God. You can't really disagree with this person. If you don't follow the rules, you get kicked out. And then in this case, some cults, you dividing the men and the women. You know, if you look at the cult of Ben Yahweh, um, uh, sometimes he would divide, the husbands from the wives, um, and then kick out some who, wasn't, following the program. So I'm just like listening. And then finally I keep saying Church of God Restoration Cult from the Cult Busters on Facebook. So I go to YouTube, and then I'm on YouTube and I type in Church of God Restoration, y'all. Oh my goodness. One, I found the Church of God Restoration's official YouTube channel. They have their own YouTube channel. Their YouTube channel has been in existence since 2017. Okay? All right. So, I find another channel though that talks about Church of God Restoration being a cult last night. And you know me, because I'm nosy, I want to know more. I subscribe to everybody. I subscribe to everybody. I'm subscribed to Gotta Be podcast. I'm subscribed to Church of God Restoration, because I want to hear what the original people got to say, as well as the people who left. Because it's obviously there's bias, right? Then I see a couple more websites that says Church of God Restoration is a cult, and I noticed that one of them was created 2 months after the other girl's podcast started. So I'm like, and this interesting. They podcast started August 2023, and then this one starts October 2023. I said, gotta do some more investigation. So since I'm out today, because of the cold weather, school's closed in the area. The roads are really, really icy. They were icy yesterday. It was hard. It was hard. I had to be very careful driving around yesterday. I gotta do some more investigation, because I'm just like, and so like my title said, is the Real Black Excellence Organization a cult? I'm getting to the point where I want to say yes, because their founder, or one of their leaders, or several of their leaders, are affiliated with this other religious organization called um, the Church of God Restoration, who that organization has definitely been labeled a cult. So, and I'm just very, very concerned, because this is what happens a lot of times also with cults. The cult sends out the young, cute looking people to help with recruitment. And I'm just wondering if this is what's going on. And maybe, just like a lot of churches, they have other initiatives or things that they're affiliated with. Like there's churches who have food pantries, there's churches who have schools, there's churches, some denominations we know now, they created hospitals. St. Luke's. Okay, there's Presbyterian hospitals, there's Baptist hospitals. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with schools and stuff like that, and universities. So I'm just like, there are school, churches that help the homeless. So I'm just saying there are groups that help the community, but I'm just getting very cult like vibes from this organization. I'm just like, and for what it says though, from what I'm reading and hearing the posts and stuff, is that the founder encourages certain, activity on social media. He doesn't always, so this could be a podcast that he is supporting because it helps with furthering the goals and the missions of the organization. So, um, yeah. So I'm just, yeah, I gotta do some more deep diving down the rabbit hole into the Church of God Restoration, because like, where did this organization come from? Where, who are its founders? Uh, how did Steve Hargroves, who's the leader of the Church of God Restoration cult, or being Church of God Restoration, how did he then decide to create Real Black Excellence? You know, uh, there are white members of Real Black Excellence. I see them on the website. I see them in the organization. I see them in the leadership. So why did these other people leave? Why did this one? Why did Adam's wife stay? I just feel like her mind, they probably told her that he wasn't, they basically said they told him he wasn't saved, that he wasn't living right, and they kicked him out. And then, but his wife stayed. Then they tried to get him to come back, but he was still disagreeing with the leader of the organization, which is Stephen Hargroves, who these two young ladies are pushing his book. You go to their website, go to their YouTube channel, they show you his book. And I'm looking at the book like, okay, it is, and the book is called Hustling Backwards. And I'm just like, hustling backwards? Why does I feel like this is something like Brother Polite would write? Hustling backwards? Or some Jay Morrison would, you know, uh have people reading, So and on my channel I do look at uh scammers, frauds, um pimp preachers, black conscious trauma pimps. I look at people who are saying they have certain education and they don't. So I also get, like I said, different cults. I've also shared different things on my websites about Mormons, about Scientology, about different preachers, Brian Carn, I've done stuff on Nature Boy, on Polite, on Umar Johnson, as well as Jack. So I'm just saying, um, I follow this other black person in the black church community. They're saying that he's possibly is a cult leader. So I just, I just, like I said, I'm all about informing people, because I feel like people are taking advantage of the people who don't know, because they come off very charismatic and very like, oh, we're this and that. That's why I kind of feel like the Real Black Excellence, their mission statement seems like something that a lot of people could get on board with without them actually saying what they're really on board with. And it's just like, wait a minute. Let's look let's look at the details. Let's break it down. Cuz I'm just afraid someone who's in search of something would be looking at this organization like, oh, this is what I can get aboard with. And then they get over there and they find themselves in a cult. Like, you can't disagree with nobody. They're gonna take your love away. they're, because you don't follow the rules, and like, a lot of people are in search for things, you know. So, but yeah, I'll definitely come back and do another follow up video to this as I find out more about this organization. Oh, this is the other thing too that I was concerned about. They have like an event coming up, and they have a musician that I actually know about from Houston called Kirk Whalum. He has I want to say he's a TSU, Texas Southern University grad. Had a really good two well-known gospel albums I know called "The Gospel According to Jazz." Oh, I love it! I love it! I love it! Y'all should check it out. It's Kirk Whalum, KirkWhalum. They're having him at their event in February, and I'm just like, if you're into jazz or you're a fan of Kirk Whalum, and they're having this event at their organization, that's to me another recruitment. You have events that help people come and know more about you. And it's just like, and I'm just like thinking to myself, okay, is Kirk Whalum a part of this group, or did someone contact and reach out to him and say, hey, we want you to come have this Black History event, hey, for an organization called Real Black Excellence. I mean, think about it. If you're an artist or just anyone else in an organization, and you go to their website and you hear like, hey, this organization called Real Black Excellence wants to have you over there for their event in Black History Month, wouldn't you be on board for some stuff like that? Because I don't want to say like he's a part of the organization when he just could. This could be just like a business deal. You know what I'm saying? But whoever knows Kirk Whalum, I'm just don't drink the Kool-Aid over there, Kurt. Just saying, just be friendly. Just, you know, I'm concerned. I am concerned. I really am. I hope this is all. I hope this is legit as far as the business of him coming to do that event in February. Because Kirk is from Houston. This Real Black Excellence is in Muncie, Indiana. So, so, but this is Let Me See a Transcript. Your very favorite history teacher here on a very cold winter morning. Gonna get back on this color. Where's my dog? Oh, he went somewhere else. Okay, so um, yeah. So I'm gonna go back to bed and probably I'm gonna go on the replay to Danny Robertson because I was at, like I said, I was at my friend's last night, so I missed the live. So I'm catching the replay, and I also shared Danny Robertson's video on my channel, and she's supposed to come back on. Um, did she say today at 8? And no, something for VIPs. So I forget what it is, but it's on my community wall. Okay, so y'all be safe out here. Y'all try to stay warm. If you have to leave your house, please bundle up. Please watch the roads. Praying for all y'all. Y'all pray for us. Um, so I went out to walk board this morning, and whew, we did not stay out there very long. I was like, boy, let's go. Even boys started running back into the house, So, but again, this is Let Me See a Transcript. I did put the links to these young ladies' podcast, Gotta Be podcast, also the Church of God Restoration, their official website, and to the RBE mission, because maybe y'all go there. And, I mean, you can disagree with me about this organization, like, hey, no, I don't think they're a cult. I think they're this, and that. We can have a discussion about it. So, but I'm gonna do some more deep diving because I'm concerned. I'm very concerned when I saw this. And their podcast was suggested by YouTube. Yeah. So yeah. So Love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.